Let's go to get that next guest up in the box, everybody. Holy crap, y'all. We're going to move on to the next guest. Guys, go ahead and drop a maggot down below in that chat if you want to come up. We got Grumpy Old Man joining the live. Hello, Grumpy Old Man. Are you a grumpy old man?
No, I'm positive, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Are you a MAGA man?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, great. Before we hop into our debate, Charles, thank you so much for the $10 on YouTube Super Chat. That means the world. Thank you so much. If you're watching and you want to support me, Venmo and PayPal could be found in the link tree in my bio. You get a notification on the top of my phone screen. I'm able to read out your name and amount as well as an attached message. It's also in the pinned message over on the YouTube stream. But Mr. Grumpy Old Man, take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Well, I do support for a lot of reasons. His immigration policies and kind of piggyback off what Jane has said with the transgender situation. I
Okay,
think
I'm
she,
not gonna lie,
like,
man. I'm not gonna give any more airtime to transphobes to be transphobic.
all
I
right,
had the debate with her. I could have it again with
fair
you, but
enough.
at the end of the day, trans individuals account for 0.1% of the population. They don't harm, hurt, or affect you in the slightest. And like, hopefully, you'd acknowledge that shouldn't be a reason why you voted for Trump when he's been convicted of more felonies and accused of rape by more women than there's T women in the NCAA. But go ahead.
But we can talk the immigration policy if you want to.
Sure, for sure. So you support his immigration policy. Can you name like one
Correct.
long-term immigration policy that Donald Trump has ever passed or advocated to be passed?
Well, he started the border patrol with a wall and everything, and then that kind of got shut down during the whole COVID process, and then Biden took over and stopped that. But I find it interesting how everybody's won due process now when Obama deported like 3 million plus people without due process. I think Biden was like 2.8 million people without due process. So
Okay, so if Obama deported 3 million people without due process and Biden deported 2.8 million people with due process, there should be like one court ruling for one of the undocumented immigrants that had their constitutional rights violated. Can you show me where SCOTUS ruled that they violated immigrants' due process? Like they ruled that Trump violated Abrigo Armando Garcia's right to due process?
I think if Biden or Kamala or someone did this with Garcia, it wouldn't have been an issue. But the fact that
So it's
it's
not the
Trump,
question that I asked you. I'm just asking you to show me where SCOTUS ruled that they violated the due process of undocumented migrants like they did to Trump.
I do not know case offhand.
So how are you telling me that they were able to illegally deport 2.8 million people without being contested by a single court?
That's what the numbers are. I don't know. You tell me.
That's not what the numbers are. Those are made up numbers.
Like if you type in Google how many people Obama deported without due process, it'll tell you like 3 million people.
Says who?
Just a Google reference.
Well, what's the reference on Google? Like, what's the source? Because it's obviously not a court. So what is it?
I would have. I mean, I don't have the capability of doing multi frames. So I'd go teacup mode.
Well, I think that you should because I don't really appreciate it when people join my live and blatantly spew misinformation. Be honest, did you get this off of a Facebook meme?
No, Google research.
Okay, so then you should be able to provide me a source.
I mean, I can go teacup mode if you would like.
I would like you to do that. Yeah.
All right, 1 second.
Fucking sounds good. I would love a source for the single-handedly the most preposterous claim that has been made yet on this stream that Obama deported 3 million undocumented immigrants and violated the constitutional rights of every single one. While that guy's looking for the source, we'll go ahead and get another guest up here just to kind of fill the blank space. We got that next guest loading in as we speak, everybody. So if you'd like to come up and debate with him, let me know down below in that chat, and I will load you into the stream. Let's see if we could get Mel up in here. I'd really like to thank JT for the $2 on PayPal. Thank you for the love, JT. That's incredibly kind of you. As well, Samantha, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Samantha says, thanks for spreading the truth, Samantha. That is incredibly kind of you, and thank you so much for the $20. Huge shout out to Samantha. As well as I'd like to thank Nina. Nina, thank you so much for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat, saying that Trump is disappearing people. That he is, and that is very bad. What's up, Mel? Do you support Trump?
Oh my God, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
Do you
I
support Trump?
didn't think that I was gonna come up here.
Based upon
And
how excited you are, leads me to believe that you are not a Trump supporter.
yes, I'm not. I have a question for you, and I
I'm
don't.
so sorry. Bro, okay, hey, I'm sorry for kicking you, even though you said that you were excited. I really do feel bad doing
I
that.
did find that page
Uh,
whenever you got a minute.
Sweet. So, like, please join my Discord. I'd love to take a question. Yeah, for sure. You said that you have found a source to indicate that Obama
It,
illegally
it,
deported 300 million undocumented migrants.
no, 3 million, not 300 million. 3 million.
3 million, sorry.
NPR.org.
NPR? Okay. What's the title of NPR's article?
Jesus Christ! Now I gotta do everything. I gotta do all your research for you. Hold on.
So, sir, I adhere and uphold the MLA standards of citation in this live. I'm not asking you to do anything that your 11th grade English teacher would have asked you to do. So don't act like I'm the issue.
It just says Obama's deportation.
Okay, here's a difference. Your claim is that he illegally deported 3 million undocumented immigrants, not that he deported 3 million undocumented immigrants. Your claim was that he illegally deported them, violating their right to due process, not that he deported them. Did you know that you could legally deport an undocumented immigrant without violating their legal right to due process?
Alien Invasion Act and all that, but how's that not possible with Garcia when he was a known terrorist threat, known
What
gang
what
member?
what crime had been brought against Amado Garcia?
Well, I know there was charges with him beating his wife.
So that's actually not true.
There was charges filed. They were
There,
never
there was
charged.
never there
Actually,
was never criminal charges filed against Garcia. Wrong. Would you like to bet?
yes.
How much would you? How much?
I mean, I don't know how much can you afford.
I could afford anything that you can. What amount?
5K.
5K?
5K.
Will you be a man of your word if I prove you wrong?
Will you be a man of your word?
Yes.
Are you saying he was never arrested for
He was
beating
never.
his wife?
Yeah, he was never charged with any
Domestic
crime.
assault.
Yeah, I am saying that he was never charged.
He
Yep.
was never charged, but he was arrested.
So in order to be arrested for a crime, you have to be charged with one. Therefore, he was never arrested either.
Incorrect. Incorrect. You get arrested, you go to jail, and then they can drop charges to where there's no criminal charges.
You just say it. You just said it yourself. They dropped the charges. Boom.
So he was arrested for it, though. Yes or no?
No, because he was never charged with it.
He went to jail for domestic violence. Yes or no?
No. So,
Yes.
anyways,
yes.
I'll accept that. I'll accept the bet for 5K. And
So
so
there was arrest record that he was arrested.
no,
and then you went to jail and was released
No,
with
no.
charges dropped.
no, exactly.
You're backtracking. Yes.
No, I'm actually not backtracking. Let's accept the bet. Let's accept the bet. Okay. If I could prove you
Are
wrong,
you saying he was never put in handcuffs?
if I could prove you wrong, you owe me 5K. If you could prove me wrong, you owe me 5K. Are you ready?
Perfect.
Perfect. So here is a Supreme Court ruling from April 10th, 2025. The very last sentence of this paragraph reads, once again, this is coming from the Supreme Court, that Abrego Garcia responds that he is not a member of MS-13 and that he has lived safely in the United States
I've
with his
seen your little
family for a
AI chat
decade,
before.
and he has never been charged with a crime. So I would like it to be pointed out
Over the
that
decade.
the SCOTUS does
From a
agree
decade.
that,
From a
that he
decade.
has never been charged with a crime.
From a decade ago.
He's only been in America for a decade, sir.
He's been in America since he was like 15.
We could debate that after you give me $5,000.
He's been in America since he's like 15. He's been deported once and came back.
I don't care. We could debate that one after you give me 5K.
Are you saying he's not?
I'm saying that we could talk about that after you pay up and you Venmo or PayPal me $5,000 because you accepted the bet.
Hold on, man. Let me teak up this again.
Okay, feel free. I don't know where you're going because here's the Supreme Court saying that he's never been charged with a crime. You know, like I don't understand what you could possibly come up with that is more compelling than this. Then, I mean, as it relates to quote unquote beating his wife. So, I mean, this is what she said. I'm just going to be quoting her is that he never touched her. He never hit her. However, she did pursue in a civil, not criminal court, no crime, protective order against him because they were having verbal conflict. And out of precaution, because she had been abused in a past relationship, she pursued a civil protective order. However, she ultimately dropped that pursuing by not showing up to her court appearance because they were able to interpersonally resolve it, which is all outside of criminal behavior, all outside of being charged or arrested for a crime, who's never been charged with a crime, never arrested for a crime because you have to be charged in order to be arrested. And the Supreme Court SCOTUS agrees, including 3 conservative justices that Trump elected. And then, of course, the overall 6-3 conservative leaning court. You owe me $5,000.
That's not true, though. You can be arrested without being convicted and charged.
You have to be charged in order to be arrested.
I've been arrested before, unfortunately, but no. They say you're innocent until proven guilty.
I know, and a charge is not guilt. It's basically them saying...
Being arrested and being charged are 2 different things.
So you get So in order to be arrested, what do the police have to have?
Suspicion of a crime.
Reasonable suspicion of a crime. And what is a
Correct.
charge?
You being actually charged with that crime.
Okay, yeah, you're being charged because they have that
Well,
reasonable
with that crime.
suspicion. And that charge, the first process of a criminal charge is being arrested. But once again, he was never charged and he was never arrested. So you owe me $5,000.
He was arrested.
No, he wasn't.
He was put in handcuffs, brought to the jail, and then was released.
Did he have his charges dropped?
Yes.
So that would
But
imply
being
that he was charged, right?
no, but be
Wait, are
he's
you
not
saying?
charged. He's
Wait. So I just want to clarify that you're saying he had charges dropped, but he wasn't charged. That's like me saying I took my shoes off, but I never had shoes on to begin with.
He was placed under arrest and brought to the jail, and then was released.
And had charges dropped.
Charges dropped. Yes, that's what I said the whole time.
When you say that he had charges dropped, that means that originally you're saying he was charged with a crime. You first have to be charged with a crime in order to have charges dropped for a crime.
His girlfriend, wife at the time, wanted to press charges, but dropped the charges.
So, no, you're wrong. It was a civil protective order in which she pursued that it's not a criminal charge. So you owe me $5,000.
For abuse. For abuse.
So now you pay me $5,000.
Then also, I find it funny how
No,
you talk about
not also.
Trump pass.
No, also.
When you have text messages drop the N-word.
Okay, yeah.
You have text messages dropping the racial slurs, but you bring Trump's past up too.
Yeah, we could talk about how I used to say the N-word when I was 14 after you paid me $5,000 because we made a bet. You said
You lost. Garcia has been arrested before.
What did we bet on? You know what? Okay, listen. We bet on if he had been charged with a crime, but you're now rephrasing it to being arrested. But he hasn't even. He wasn't arrested. Give me his arrest record.
The charges were dropped.
Which I'm not going to re-explain how in order to have charges dropped, that means that you have to be charged in the first place. I just want you to give me his arrest record. Give me his arrest record. He doesn't have one. And when you don't come up with one, you will give me $5,000. Sweet. Sweet. I'm about to be $5,000 richer, everybody. Catherine, thank you so much for the $20 over on PayPal saying, keep up the good work. Your patience and persistence is incredible. Thank you for the love, Catherine. Let's get 200 Catherine W's. That is Catherine with a C, Catherine. Thank you so much. As well as Whitney, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo saying, keep beasting on assholes. Oh, I'll never stop, Whitney. That is so incredibly kind of you. Everybody show some love to Whitney Blair down below. Thank you so much, Whitney. I appreciate you guys for the love. Tiger, thank you for the 5, and David, thank you for the 5. Yo, let's go, dude. This guy owes me $5K because he was never charged with a crime. Sky, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo saying, Dean, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, Sky. I really appreciate that. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, Sky. Guys, this guy owes me $5K. I'm going to be so sad if he doesn't pay up like he said he would. You better pay up. Hannah, thank you for the $5 or $10 over on Venmo saying bro does not have 5K. I guess we might figure out when he comes back and admits that he's wrong. Hannah, thank you for the 5, but thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. What's up, Christians? Oh yeah, he left. Oh my God. Okay, well now some random Trump supporter is in debt $5,000 to me. Oh God, whatever happened to there being people of their word? Whatever happened to honesty? Okay? Whatever happened to making a deal and then respecting that deal?